Hey, what's going on, everybody? Lake here, Lake the Stock Bull. I've got some absolutely great picks for you today. Some sectors that I think are going to really heat up, go to the moon out there in 2021. We got the MJ sector, the psychedelic sector, the EV sector, as well as the genomic sector. I think these are really untapped, and we got some incredible opportunities for growth moving into 2021. So if you want to stick around for my little market insights, let this intro play out, and let's get right into the video. All right, so the first sector that I want to talk about today is going to be the cannabis sector, the MJ sector, and we're going to be talking about Canopy Growth, ticker symbol CGC. Now, cannabis companies have a very long and bold history of rallying massively around news surrounding MJ legalization or decriminalization, and that is exactly the play with this stock. Now, Canopy Growth is sitting at about 50% of its maximum market value at around $25, and we see a great line of resistance and support for the stock, meaning that it could either bounce right off of this and it could go and lead all the way to all-time highs, or it could go down and it could continue to trickle down, and then it would be a resistance line. But I like Canopy Growth in the MJ sector because we have a potential blue wave coming into Congress. Now, one thing that the Democrats are pushing right now is the decriminalization of cannabis and federal legalization of the substance, so a ton of research and recreational use could be done for cannabis. So if you think about it, the cannabis sector is still at a very young age in its lifespan. It's only been around for a couple of years. States started decriminalizing cannabis just a couple of years ago, and it's still a really young sector, which means that this sector has a lot of room to grow. I mean, we talk about $25 for a stock that could be worth $200, $300, $400, 5, 10 years down the road. Those are the kind of stocks we're talking about in this video. These are the long-term plays. These are the plays that you put money in a sector you believe in, and you hope for it, and you have a good thesis, and you watch the money grow. So Canopy is a safe play in the MJ sector. We see with all of these fluctuations, Canopy's still sitting around the same level as it usually does, and it could bounce up, and hey, we could even see this as the bottom of the very, very tall tower that could be CGC stock. So another play that I like in this sector is going to be TLRY, and that is Tilray. Now, this is a much smaller cap stock. It's trading at above $8, and it is way, way down from its all-time highs that were in the mid-hundreds. We saw when this stock came out, there was a ton of hype around this sector. We saw this stock get absolutely ballooned, and then the needle came in and it popped. But don't get too discouraged, because I see this as a great buying opportunity. Tilray just announced a merger, and I see, just like with CGC, great things for this sector, and I think that Tilray is going to benefit greatly from any news surrounding decriminalization or legalization of cannabis in the U.S. As more states move, I think that Tilray is going to benefit greatly, and hey, our pocketbooks are going to benefit greatly as well. And finally, in these little substance plays, we got Mind Medicine. That is going to be ticker symbol MMEDF. So I like Mind Medicine and the psychedelic industry because, like the cannabis sector, it is a very young and growing industry. Not a lot of hype is around the psychedelic industry quite yet, but I could see that changing very soon. Just a couple weeks ago, Kevin O'Leary came out and said that he was a bull for the psychedelic industry. If you don't know Kevin O'Leary, big guy on Shark Tank, Mr. Wonderful, and he is a shrewd investor, and he loves MMEDF and the potential that the psychedelics could have in a clinical setting as well as in a recreational setting for treating things like depression, anxiety, PTSD, things like that. There's a lot of stigma around the sector, and in the next coming years, with a possible blue wave, that stigma could be loosened. We could have more opportunities for research, and MMEDF could go to the moon if these things happen and it all works out as I believe it will, and as I have a high conviction that things are going to work out in this way. So those three stocks in those two sectors, if I had to rank them, I'd say my number one, my safest play would be CGC. Number 2 would be MMEDF, Mind Medicine, and number 3 would be TLRY. I would buy them in that order. Remember, MMEDF and TLRY are very risky. Again, I'm not telling you to invest in any of these things. This is all for fun, of course. I am buying all three of those stocks, but I would never advise you to. But if I was going to buy them, I'd buy them in that order. All right, so the next stock that I got for you today is going to be Crispr Technologies, ticker symbol CRSP. So ARK Invest, Cathie Wood's investing platform, recently purchased Crispr Technologies, which caused a massive rally in the stock price. But now we're seeing a great buying opportunity once again because this stock is back at the pre-levels of that announcement from Cathie Wood and ARK Invest. So Crispr is a genomics company that is working towards the groundbreaking technology of changing the DNA and swapping it in with more efficient pieces of DNA that will allow for the treating of illnesses, diseases, cancers. CRISPR is working to cure these diseases using DNA genomic sequencing. Now, this is a sector and a company that I love as a pre-med student because I know firsthand that this industry is transitioning from mechanical medicine to more of molecular and genomic medicine. And I think that in 10, 15 years down the road, we are going to be using genomic sequencing and technology that is CRISPR is developing firsthand, commonplace among all medical practices. I think that the potential for these industry is mammoth. I think that this stock could absolutely rally in the next couple of years as hype grows for this sector, as people realize the incredible opportunity that genomic sequencing has, not only as a small cap company, but as a large cap technology. I mean, CRISPR are working on revolutionizing the medical industry. Do you want to sit on the sidelines and watch them do it, or do you want to get involved right now in the early stages and you can watch CRISPR and their technologies ride and watch all of the lives, all the incredible lives that you're going to impact through an investment in CRISPR Technologies. So I love CRISPR Technologies for a long-term hold. I love what they are doing, their mission to make the world a better place. I am in as a medical student. As a medical prospect, I love what they are doing. They're working to make the world a better place, and I love CRISPR, and I think great things are going to be coming in the next couple of years with CRISPR Technologies. And finally, the last stock I got for you is coming out of the EV industry. I'm sure y'all know what it is. It's my baby. It's NIO, baby. So NIO came out with some great news this morning, and they said that they have increased year-over-year deliveries by 121%. So let's give NIO a hand. Great job. That's what we love to see as investors. We love to see that uncapped growth quarter over quarter, year over year. And NIO is going to keep expanding. We got a short-term catalyst for this stock. We got NIO Day coming up on January 9th. I can't wait. I'll be tuning in. Hopefully maybe I'll live stream it. Watching NIO Day. They're going to be unveiling a sedan. They just announced that this morning. I'm so excited. They're coming out with new autonomous driving technology. So many opportunities for NIO. They're working towards profitability too. I think they could be there in the next couple of years. You know, China's moving to make more EV cars. They're going from 10 to 12% year over year in the amount of EV cars produced. They came out and said by 2035, 25% of all cars produced in China are going to be EVs. And so if you're going to invest in the Chinese EV company, you'd like to invest in NIO. It is the industry leader with Tesla in China. It has a massive potential to grow, and I see NIO as sort of a baby Tesla. What if I told you that you could buy Tesla back in its infancy before everyone knew the mammoth that it was going to become? Well, it's possible if you decide to purchase some NIO stock. I see the potential for NIO to be massive, and I could see this being a $1 trillion company with their battery swap service, which is a subscription model, which means that even after you buy your NIO car, you're going to continue paying NIO month over month for this battery swap service, which lets you get your change of battery very fast. It has one of the highest consumer ratings in Chinese EVs. NIO, the consumers love it, the investors love it, and I don't got much bad to say about NIO. Great opportunities to tap into down the road. I could see NIO being a $1 trillion company one day. With Tesla, I could see them riding up together. And we love NIO. We love everything that it's doing. And for the long term, I'm buying NIO. Just want to say thank you for checking out the video. Really appreciate it. With all these stocks in the video, again, I would never tell you to go out and buy them. These are all, I personally am invested in all of these companies. I'm very bullish on the future, and I'm gonna enjoy watching the portfolio run up in the next coming years. But I would never recommend tell you to buy a stock. Obviously, consult your financial advisor. This is all for fun. I love making these videos. It's a lot of fun to me. And hey, without further ado, let's get out there. Let's have a green week. Let's go make some money.